all evil behavior. Be done with deceit, hypocrisy, jealousy, and all unkind speech. Can I tell you, it's difficult for many to grow because they consume non-confrontational areas in the Word of God.
Come on, preacher.
They eat what makes them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, I do this right here, so that's what I'm taking in.
Yeah.
But anything in the Word of God that confronts their behavior, they consume non-confrontational elements of the Word of God. Yeah. My wife and I, we get massages once a month, and we go together. And once the lady asked me, she said she wanted to know what pressure was my preference, and so my response, because the lady the month before was tripping. And I come to a massage to feel good. And so my response to this lady, I don't want to leave in pain. Michonne laughed, and because she knew the previous month I had whined because that lady misunderstood my preference and did what was called a deep tissue massage. I ain't asked for all that. Not realizing my main objective for getting massages every month was to get a pleasant little massage on my knees to keep my arthritis that's in my knees from being inflamed. I ain't come for all that other stuff. I ain't care nothing about knots in my back and knots in my neck that came from stress that needed to be worked out. I ain't care about that. I wanted my little easy, simple massage. I wasn't interested in all my issues being addressed.
Come on.
I only wanted to address the issues that didn't involve too much pain. And when it comes to the Word of God, there are many believers that don't want to deal with the scriptures that might cause pain. But Peter advises the believers to get rid of all ALL behavior. Can I tell y'all, we can't just do the scriptures that work for us. We got to get rid of all evil behavior. How do you do that? You look in the mirror. And you're honest with yourself. You know what? I need to get better at this. I need to get better at that. I need to get better. When I pastored in St. Augustine, there was a white pastor that we did some anti-racist stuff together and tried to be effective in the community. And he stood in front of the group that we had. We met once a week. And he said, you know, I went to Reverend Rawls' church in St. Augustine, and he said, I saw something I'd never seen before. He says, I'm a pastor, and I've never seen someone preach from the pulpit about the things that we need to get better at. He says, we always just come and give ourselves a pat on the back and talk about all the things we're doing good. That's why you had Christians people call themselves Christian. They was able to get out of church in their Sunday best and go and hang black people from trees and still feel good about themselves. Because they didn't look at scriptures that talked about loving your brother. They didn't look at scriptures that talked about the punishment of an enslaver. They didn't look at those. They didn't look at those kind of scriptures. They looked at scriptures that made them feel good. Believers, we gotta look at all the scriptures. And if there's some things that we need to correct in our lives, if there's some things in our personality that needs to be corrected, there's some things in our behavior that needs to be corrected, we got to be real. We got to face those things, and we got to make some adjustments in our mentality, in our attitude. If there's some things that we got to adjust in our parenting, if there's some things that we got to adjust in our relationships with our spouses, if there's some things that we got to adjust in our relationships with people, we got to accept and consume the entire Word of God. And here Peter says, get rid of all evil behavior, deceit, hypocrisy, jealousy, and unkind speech. You ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. If you got truth to say, try to say it in a way that don't water it down. But say it in a way, I still love you, but I'm telling you this right here. This right here gonna have to change. I can't accept this right here, but I'm saying you probably got the potential to be good people. But this right here has to change. Certain words you don't just use, just throwing at people. He says in verses 2 and 3, after he says, get rid of all evil behavior. Ron, get rid of all evil behavior. Ron, if there's something in you that you see that's not like me, Ron, get rid of the evil behavior. Ron, stop looking and say, well, Reverend Young. No. Ron, you get rid of the evil behavior. Well, Sister Gaskin, no. I'm talking to you, Ron. Yeah. You get rid of all the evil behavior that comes out of, I don't get a choice to what scriptures to consume and what scriptures not to consume. God is trying to help us to be what he's called us to be. But in order to become what God has called us to be, we have to be obedient to his word. Ron, get rid of all evil behaviors. How can I hang on to my evil behaviors and expect people to follow my leadership? Come on. I can hide it all I want. God will bring that thing to the light. He says he'll lift up our skirts in front of all the people, and everything we want nobody to see, he'll show it to everybody. We have to do right. We have to live out our confession. I can't say one thing and do another thing. I have to live out he said, get rid of all